The wonders of modern industry were matched by the horrors of human industry, or perhaps inhuman industry. Little children working 16 hours a day and getting so tired that they fell into the machinery and were killed or maimed. Men, women, and children dressed in rags, living in pits like bears, several families to one room, with a beaten earth floor covered with mud and manure. The problem was mitigated by reforms which gradually improved the lot of the outcast poor, by the workers organizing to help themselves, by revolution which accelerated the process of reform, and by the increased production and resources that brought more surplus and more to go around. By the second half of the century, the grinding hunger and misery that so depressed earlier observers had been alleviated. They hadn't disappeared by any means, but they had become less intense. Hours of labor were being restricted, conditions of work were being improved, there were medical services, old age pensions, schools, subsidies for housing, for garden allotments, for unemployment. All this came in dribs and drabs, however, often too little and too late. In most countries, social legislation of real importance was only passed at the end of the 19th century or in the 20th. Moreover, social reform came in part because the upper and the middle classes felt sorry for the lower classes, and that was new too. You might describe it as social romanticism. It sees the people as the last noble savages from whom social regeneration will come. And this point of view, which combines empathy, charity, and guilt, this point of view is still with us today. Organize production and distribution, and you eliminate poverty. The great figures of this school were the Comte de Saint-Simon in France and his secretary, Auguste Comte, who was a mathematician. And here we get the tradition of social revolt, which begins by trying to integrate the workers into the bourgeois state and which ends by denying that integration is possible, by arguing that the classes cannot be reconciled. The two nations, the poor and the rich, cannot be integrated. In this view, the workers, the working class, have to conquer power. They have to take over the state and use it in their interest, just as the bourgeois wrested power from the aristocracy in the revolution to use the state in their own interest. As Karl Marx declared, only when the working class has conquered, only then will liberty and equality reign, because then there will be no class left to oppress or be oppressed. Society can be organized in a rational manner with labor and justice for all. Resources will flow from everyone according to their capacities, to everyone according to their needs.